In the realm of professional tennis, Novak Djokovic has maintained a steadfast position for more than 10 years. However, alongside the accolades and recognition, he has faced a multitude of controversies. Despite his remarkable accomplishments, Djokovic's decisions have faced severe scrutiny, resulting in significant setbacks in his career. There remains a lingering question: does the media accurately depict Novak Djokovic's character? In this video, we delve into Djokovic's career extensively, analyzing his impact on the sport and the contentious issues that have surrounded him as of late. For the last 15 years, Roger Federer and Rafael Nadal have been known as the cape-donning warriors of the tennis world, but Novak Djokovic holds equal, if not more, brilliance. As possibly one of the greatest tennis players to ever bless a tennis court, it is surprising that many sports experts and analysts targeted his character more than his game over the past few years. Yet his contribution to the game, as well as work outside of the court, is impossible to ignore, even by his harshest of critics. When COVID-19 hit, everything was severely affected, especially spectator sports, which required physical contact. The global spread of the COVID-19 vaccine sparked an interesting controversy, and many refused to get vaccinated. Djokovic was also one of the anti-vaccine advocates, and his refusal led to a lot of backlash. On the other hand, a few of his supporters understood his meticulousness with what goes into his body. Unfortunately, this refusal to get vaccinated came with some other negative consequences. In 2022, the Australian Open was scheduled to take place soon, and at the moment, every attendee needed to be vaccinated. However, Djokovic was led to believe that given his standing in the sport, he was especially exempt from the vaccine rule. Yet, he was refused entry into Australia at the last moment, and this led to a lot of hatred against him, primarily by his fans and sponsors. This act changed Djokovic's view in the eyes of his fans significantly, and many masked him as a villain for not complying with the rules like other fellow players. A massive crowd of supporters gathered outside his hotel in Melbourne, and protests to allow him entry were carried out. Many also gathered around his lawyer's office and chanted support for him. His father, Sir John, also talked to the media and furiously recorded his protest against Australia, saying that Novak is the pride of Serbia and they are holding him captive. He spent 5 days at a detention center fighting a legal battle with lawyers who argued that Djokovic had completed every prerequisite that allowed him vaccine-free entry into Australia. However, after 4 days of a fierce legal battle, Alex Hawke, Australia's immigration minister, revoked his visa. He relied on grounds of health and good order. In June of 2020, a similar mishap took place at the Adria Tour exhibition event, where he tested positive for COVID-19 along with his wife. Since the tour had very limited social distancing and the event was held in crowded stadiums where players hugged and high-fived each other often, it was natural for Djokovic to not attend due to the coronavirus. He publicly apologized by saying that he was sorry that the tournament caused harm. Additionally, more controversy was also sparked around him in the 2019 US Open, when Djokovic landed himself in hot water when he was defaulted from the tournament for striking a line judge with a ball. He apologized for his act and stated that he was sad and empty due to the situation. But this is not all who Djokovic is. Regardless of the controversy that surrounds him, he is an exceptional human being and has done what no other player did for the sport. According to John Millman, an Australian tennis veteran and a winner of one ATP title amid the COVID-19 chaos, professional tennis took a serious hit, and players were struggling with the financial aspect of the game. Essentially, everyone was forced back into the tour to maintain their world ranking. Only this time, the prize money came with an 80% deduction from the original prize. Moreover, all games were hosted under strict quarantine restrictions, spectators were not allowed in the arenas, and sponsors backed off. Every week, each player lost money until Novak Djokovic stepped up to do something that was hardly ever seen in professional tennis. Djokovic agreed to fund a challenger and 2 ATP events completely out of his own pocket, and offered 100% of the prize money as was set before the pandemic. He gained nothing from this, at least financially, yet he decided to organize the games to revive the spirit of professional tennis regardless of the devastating global circumstances. This act reignited the love for Djokovic, and once again, his popularity was on the rise, albeit gradually. Apart from funding tennis at a time when finances were extremely low, Djokovic has also contributed to several causes for humanity. He was among the first professional tennis player to donate to the Australian bushfire appeal. He also fronted the Professional Tennis Players Association to help players get better representation. And lastly, during the COVID-19 pandemic, he used his position as a UNICEF National Ambassador to gather donations and donated €1 million to assist with medical equipment, medicine, and other medical necessities for people in need. All of his selfless acts were done behind a curtain, and he never revealed himself. Because of this, he continued to face criticism from the media for the Australian Open 2022 issue. But nevertheless, his legacy remains, and to date he is regarded as the greatest tennis player of all time by many other tennis players, observers, and coaches. He stayed as the world #1 ranking tennis player for more than 415 weeks, breaking a 25-year-old record in 2023. Additionally, he has won 71 big titles and 24 Grand Slam titles, and holds the title of most wins over top 5 and top 10 ranked players in history. Many players such as Daniil Medvedev and Rafael Nadal have praised him for being the greatest player of all time and portraying a challenge for their opponents like none other. In 2016, Rafael Nadal stated that Novak Djokovic is one of the few players who does everything perfectly, and since his professional career he has never seen anyone play tennis quite like Djokovic. Coaches have also praised him on several occasions. Nick Bollettieri said that Djokovic is the most complete player ever and the most perfect player of all time. Andre Agassi also told the Times of India in 2019 that Djokovic plays tennis at the highest standard, unmistakable, and what every tennis player dreams to achieve. His magical career, exceptional contributions to worldly causes, as well as professional tennis, and then the praise that he has amassed throughout his years as a professional, are all masked by his differentiating views on the coronavirus vaccine. Due to this, he was also refused entry into the US Open in 2023, yet he continues to hold his principles and beliefs strongly. Although many don't agree with him and a large group of people wish that he doesn't succeed quite as quickly as he currently is, it is an undeniable fact that Djokovic is indeed the best tennis player in the world today. As John Millman says, it is only a matter of time before people will realize what Djokovic's colleagues already know. He is a hero dressed as a villain. Now, as of 2024, Djokovic represented Team Serbia in the United Cup. Unfortunately, he lost against Alex de Minaur in the quarterfinal against Team Australia due to an injured wrist. He also participated in the 2024 Australian Open, where he reached the semifinals but lost to Jannik Sinner in 4 sets. This defeat marked his first ever loss in an Australian Open semifinal or final. Now, conclusively, Novak is back on track, and hopefully he will dominate this year's season as he has done previously. Now, do you think Djokovic was rightfully criticized for his anti-vaccine views? Let us know down in the comments below. And if you liked this video, hit the subscribe button and press the bell icon so that you are notified as soon as we upload our next video full of the latest tennis information. Thank you for watching.